Hello. I think my audio's on. Looks like it. It looks like everything is working. Hello. How is everyone doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good something something. It's just past lunchtime. And I am just making sure that everything is looking good on my side of things. And it's looking good so far. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Happy Sweden Day! It's Sweden's National Day today. Because that is fun. We get to celebrate Sweden. And I have a package that I wanted to hang out and just check out. I got this today. Do I need to? I don't think I need to do that. I do need to. Get those out. This is just added bonus of eyes and actually noses. This is what I needed. I needed the pliers for attaching eyes. Get out. And, well, there was a bunch of different ones, but these ones were the best price. So is that how they're supposed to be? And then you're supposed to just push that on there. And then maybe this should have been attached first. No, that's fine. So now I need to do something to try this. I need to try and make, I guess, something to put eyes on. Perhaps more ducks. Are you guys in the mood for ducks? I need to just look at what type of things is in here. It's a big mess. That much I can say. Things are not in the box they should be in. It kind of looks like they added extras. This doesn't fit. I do have a bunch of these already. I did sort my eyes and stuff. Let's get the box with the eyes. Or the boxes, I should say. I did have this box full of eyes, which is no longer in here. I want to say that these eyes and those eyes are the same. So, yeah, putting them together makes sense. That box is way smaller, so more space in this one. But I did move everything else over to this box. Hello, Rawan. How are you doing? Do you crochet? Let's open this so you can actually see it. But I did sort them smaller to bigger. And I only have one left of these big ones. And then I sorted all of these little backing pieces in here as well. All of these are just solid black eyes. Then I do have all my fun eyes still in this bag here. The ones with the sparkly fun backings. So you can get like really fun eyes. Those are all still here because I couldn't figure out how to sort it. Okay, these ones are removable. I'll have to sort these into the other ones. But what I also got now is these, so that I can just double check that I get the same size eyes. In case they are all mixed up, I can just double check. So now I have that. And we almost have eyes falling off the desk, which is going to make it easier when I sort everything through. But I don't feel like sorting is what we're doing right this minute, or are we? We could. These are just neatly packaged, so I'm not going to take those out of the packets. But we need to do something so that I can test these as well. And how it works is you put that on one side and then a backing on the other side and you squeeze it. However, does it squeeze far enough? I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. It's going to be fun to test that out. Some of these holes, I guess, or like it looks bigger, so I don't think I can fit all of them in. But here's a row of noses. So I did have some noses from before. I did have, well, that nose, and I want to say that they're all like the same but just different sizes. So I did have those. I've never actually used the nose to what I can remember, but now I also have brown and pink, and I want to say that there was some fun ones as well. We have that one, that's a middle size, and a more round nose. Is this the fun nose? Yes. Okay, so we have this nose that actually has, can we see it? Like nostrils, right? So there's a selection of noses that I've never used, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna need them. But at least I have some, in case you give me ideas of, you know, making something that requires a nose. And what I wanted to check is the size of these ones. I'm just gonna get that one there, and I'm just gonna swiggle over, and yes, they are the same. So I can at least move these together. Oh wait, there's actually different sizes. I did not see that. There is different sizes of these ones. So let's put the smaller ones in one side. Do I make bracelets? I do not make bracelets. Welcome in. Hello, Athel. Happy Sweden Day? No, it's actually Sweden's National Day today. So there is a reason for Happy Sweden Day, because it's a holiday here. Sweden has the day off. So that is fun. I do not make bracelets. These are safety eyes for crocheted things. That is not. No, wait. That one. No, it is. Or was it that one? It looked. I don't know if I have. Okay. Good to know. I have different sizes of the eyes. That's fun. Nightbot is a bot. It is not a person. And Nightbot is very helpful. Okay, so they have actually squeezed down noses in all of these colored ones, I want to say. By the look of it, there is some extra noses. So what's everyone doing? In Sweden, it is parades, music, food, a lot of things going on. Okay, that one is not supposed to be there. And all the public transport, like buses, they have flags on them, being very fancy. There we go. So what extra was in here? There was a big black eye in here. Clearly, sorting is needed for However, I don't know how they managed to mess this up, but it feels like they just took a box that wasn't really big enough. And we also have clear and brown ones. So it is the same as I already had. There's no new colors of the eyes, but there's more of them since there is oh, I have some that I've used more frequent than others. I don't know if I've ever used the red ones, but the other ones I have used. And but I want to say I'm going to get all of them in here anyway, even though I might have less room where I haven't used a color before. Yeah, the white ones, or the clear ones, and the red ones I've barely used. And then we should have the brown ones over here. So that should give plenty of space to sort the other ones. And I might move. Maybe I should have like all noses in this box and move the noses out of the other box. And the big ones here can go into the big box. I just need to measure some to figure out what's supposed to be where. Okay. And these ones I don't really have to measure because it's pretty obvious which ones are bigger and which ones are smaller. So that's nice. I like to have options. So that is round nose or oval. Oval nose, regular nose, small, smallest. How small are the smallest ones? I want to say that they are larger than the smallest ones I have. So are they like how small? Tools all over. Let's move things around a little bit. What did we have here? We have these ones. They are okay, and these ones the same. Okay, so I need to put those in there. How big are these ones? Oh, come on now. No. Oh, okay, it's that one. I see. There, I realized when I had already sorted them that I have some that's like 6 millimeters and some that's 7, I want to say. And I may have messed those up and mixed them. So going into that one, I will be, yeah, that's the 8. Where did I drop that one? I don't even know where it went. I don't see it. But yeah, I didn't get a little mix up in one, which is fine. I'm just, you know, I need to be aware of that when I go for getting them. Maybe it's just easier to put these big ones away. 10. Nope. They're like so similar, but still not. I don't even know. You know what? I feel like I'm done sorting for now. This is just gonna get me frustrated trying to sort all of these eyes, and it's not like I need to have them sorted. But I do like the fact that I now have a better selection, and it was the tool I needed. It was the actual tool to attach the eyes. That is what I wanted. This was just an extra that came in the package, some extra eyes. As we clearly can tell, I don't need more eyes. I just have more eyes. And, well, we need to test them out. Yeah, but fun with the smaller ones. So, another box of eyes. Now what are we making? Are we making a duck? Because I have made so many ducks the last few days, I can almost make him in my sleep. What do we say? Get some yarns out and possibly make a duck. A small duck, a big duck, a duck, I don't know. Or do we have something else that could be fast to make? I want to say that the duck is the fastest thing I can do. So therefore, well, I probably can make something faster. I just have quite some good routine now. I just need to find a fun yarn. And I also don't have as many ducks anymore. Some ducks already moved, so we do still have that one and that one. And then you may not have seen these ones, because these are really new. Like this one was done. This is the newest one. It has some sparkle. Oh, that one I put brown eyes on and a blue beak. And then I want to say I did this on a live stream the other day. So I do have those. But I need another yarn. I can't use the same yarn, I don't think. I probably, like I can, but it would be fun with more colors. The pink and white one, the polka duck, that one's moving to New Zealand, which is fun. That one was claimed. And I did quickly make one in this pink yarn, but that one there was no pictures, there was nothing. That one just was made and ran out. It ran out the door. Just looking at some scrap yarns to see what I have that might be interesting and fun. Yeah, I'm just gonna look around. We actually haven't made any of the Fruta. What have I been doing in Fruta? Oh, the ice cream cozies. So I could do something with these ones. We don't have as much of this one. Let's make a duck out of that. Minami's gonna claim it because it's fun colors. And let's find a hook with a decent size. What could we want? That one could work. Yeah, let's try that one. 2.75, decent size hook. Question is, should we go for purples and pinks or greens and yellow? I wonder if the whole duck would be green if I went from the green side. I don't know. It's kind of hard to guesstimate how much yarn is actually being used. It is fun though, to not know. So what is everyone doing this, whatever time it is for you? It is 12:51 in Sweden. And I have a few hours to myself before I get company by a kid again. go. And I can use that as a little marker. Like so. There we go. I wonder where I put the pattern. I have the pattern written down somewhere, and I usually just like to have it to look at a little bit, but I might have to look for it today because I've been using the notes for other things. Maybe I should just move the ducks over to here in case anyone on the vertical side is looking and wonder what I'm doing. I'm making ducks. The horizontal stream does have a way bigger picture, so you do see more of what's going on my screen. But there's the option for those who prefer one over the other to choose whatever you like. If you want to see more, then that is an option with the double streams on YouTube. It's been very nice actually to do it like this, even though the only downside I want to say is that some people are not seeing each other in the chats because it's two separate chats. Okay, there's my notes. And I remembered correctly. Yay! Don't want to get that involved. So my plan today is, well, do I have a plan? Maybe a little bit of a plan. I just know I'm gonna sit here and hang out for a bit, and then big kids come in, and I don't know exactly what we're doing, so that's gonna be decided later. But that's the plan. And I need to figure out dinner. Hopefully that's gonna be fairly easy. But some grocery shopping may be required. With all these colors, I wonder what eyes are gonna look good. Pinks and purples so far. With purple, green is a really pretty thing, and with pink, I would probably go for blue. So maybe I have to think about something totally different. I don't know. Moving the marker. I want to say this duck is going to be in between size. It doesn't look, yeah, it's not going to be as big as this one, and it's not going to be as big as this one, but it's not going to be as small as this one, I don't think. Maybe similar to that one. And in that case, I'd probably have to go for the new smaller colored eyes, since I now have smaller colored eyes. Yay! That would be fun. To actually get to use more than just the pliers that I got today. Thanks to Andy, the crafty witch. I was having some troubles with eyes a few days ago, and she super chatted me to get pliers. Like, yeah, okay, fine, let's get pliers. Didn't even know that they had pliers for safety eyes, and now I have a set. So hopefully that's gonna help me with what I needed. So that I can not break my fingers trying to put the eyes in. Even though, like, things with eyes, like amigurumis, has not been something I do a lot. It's a nice break from doing blankets and clothing and such, but it's not something that is my go-to, so to speak. It's definitely nice for easy, like, birthday presents for children. Yeah, there's just a bit of a quicker thing to this. So you get this satisfying feeling of finishing something that you don't get that often if you only make large makes. So it's, yeah, well-deserved break, make something small. But with the amount of eyes I have, I should make a lot more amigurumis. Just because I can, you know? Thanks for the thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. And whatever you are doing. I see that there's a few people hanging out in the scrap basket. I hope you're being all cozy and comfy. Hello, Suzanne. Happy Sweden Day. Yes, it is. Sweden's National Day would be equivalent to, in Norway, 17 Maj, which is just the day they celebrate, just like, is it 4th of July for people in the US, and today it is Sweden's time to celebrate. Not sure I'm gonna be out that much today though. It is gray and cloudy. It was raining overnight, and there is a big chance of more rain today. It is a nice temperature out though, which is, it's nice. So what are you doing, Suzanne? Hope you're having a good day. Did you just wake up? Let's see what I'm supposed to do here. Right. Yes, I'm making another duck because I got this tool today, which is supposed to, you know, attach safety eyes, and I need to test it out. So I figured let's make a duck because that's a fast thing to do, so that I could attach some eyes. Because I didn't have anything just laying around that I could put eyes on. I don't think. You just woke up and you're having coffee. That sounds great. Do you have any fun plans today? Or for the weekend? I had a few ducks moving the other day, so now I don't have as many ducks, but I did make some new ones I made this one recently on a stream, I want to say. And then I made this one just the other day. Other colors for funsies. How many decreases have I done? One more decrease is needed. There we go. I'm not expecting that much more color changes, but we might get some orange into this. Maybe. My predictions are always off. Random colored yarns. And me and yarn chickening is just, you know, it's not like I'm yarn chickening here, but I'm using this that changes colors, and it's kind of hard to predict how long the color changes are. You have a cousin came down from New York, New York State, staying in New York, and you'll have to pick him up from the train tomorrow. Family party. That is fun. Family parties is always fun. Well, maybe not always, but often. Some family parties has a tendency to derail, which can be awesome to look at from the outskirts, you know, for entertainment. But the aftermath can be terrible. I hope you have a nice family party, however that looks for you. Barbecue and nice weather, perhaps. And how many stitches do I have left? The right amount of stitches left. So now we have the tail and the body, and now I need to put a head on it. It's a 2-year-old's birthday party, so it should be fine. Yeah, that sounds like a kind of a, not a party. Birthday parties are fun. Did you make something yourself for this 2-year-old? They're moving to Southern California, so you didn't make anything, so they don't have to bring too much stuff. Yeah, that's a long move. No. That's not what I was supposed to do. I did that stitch already. Exactly, yeah. It's easier to make something later, perhaps, than when they've already moved and settled in. I guess it's kind of nice, though, that you're able to have this party now before the move, so you can gather the family. For a party beforehand, for those that can't travel that far away. So kind of a double, like, I don't know how long it is until they're moving, but maybe this is a birthday party and a, like, moving out party. Do you guys have that? Like, housewarming parties is one thing, but like before you move, you have a last big party at where, you know, saying goodbye to the place. Well, this being a 2-year-old's birthday party would probably not be like a party in that way, but, you know, having a double type of party. Yeah, money gifts is easily transported. It is a lot easier. So I'm thinking now, since I'm making this duck in this yarn that is bright and colorful, I could just take the other side of the yarn, which would be this green end, to make a beak. And I don't have to look for another color to use for, or another yarn. Just make a beak out of the same yarn. I want to say with this pinks and purples, possibly orange, but the green would look nice as a beak. So I'm liking that idea. Then we will have a question about color of the eyes. Not saying it's tricky to pick the color, but the colors I have is, well, they're not really in the same color palette, or like these are very pastel-y, and the colors I have is not so much pastel-y. Okay, that's where we're at. Remove the little stitch marker thingy and get some stuff in. I moved stuff around the other day, so now I am not as disorganized, even though it's still a mess on my desk. I haven't sorted that out yet. Hello, David. Good afternoon. How are you doing? There's still cleaning required on my desk, but less of a mess around me, so that's good. Get some stuff in there. I want to say that's pretty good. And then let's make a beak out of this side. You just got back from shopping. What have you been shopping today? Did you bring snacks for me? Or what type of shopping did you do today? We have one lip. We need to make another lip for this duck to have a kissy face. Kissy duck face. I am all done at the dentist also. I'm all done. No more dentist appointments. I thought I was gonna have the last one at the end of this month, but they called me and be like, hey, can you come early? We have another opening. Yes, please, thank you. It's all done. I don't have to go back there. So the saga of the dentist is now over. Not much. You got bacon, mushrooms, and peppers for tonight's dinner. So what's for dinner tonight? Bacon, mushroom, and peppers. It's a good start, but I don't think that makes a full meal. Definitely a good start. I can see a lot of things coming out of that base. So I am just kind of attaching these duck lips together with some knots for easy attaching. Stir fry. Well, that sounds like a good start for that. See, this is what we have now. We have a minty-ish green beak and pink and purple. I like these colors. Then again, like the whole yarn is these colors, so whoever designed the yarn, they thought about the colors, you know? So question is color of the eyes, and it is smaller. So since I got these smaller eyes in the packet, it feels like I need to try the smaller eyes. They are the exact same colors as the other one, they're just smaller. So now I have brown, blue, green, red, and white, or clear. And I am not sure about the colors of, you know, the bright green. I feel like that's a no. Or it just isn't the same. Like it kind of doesn't match in a way. And just get a blue one in here. Oh wait, that's a big one. I don't need big ones. I go for the small ones. Let's put a small blue in. And I want to say that the red is out of the mix here, but I actually considered that maybe a clear one could be the case here. So just to see what we have to work with here, as in colors. We have blue with these colors. And then we have the green with these colors. Maybe, I don't know. And then we have brown. Brown could be. And then the clear one, it doesn't really show perhaps, but it is just no color on the inside of it. So it just gives it a little bit more depth than a solid black one. And sometimes you do get, you know, the color from behind here to kind of show up. Is brown too safe? It feels like brown is a safe choice in this. Hello, hello. 22 Lipsies? Lipsies, I want to say. Welcome in. How are you doing? Do you crochet? I'm trying to figure out what eye color I should use for the duck. It's actually a tricky one. So I have clear, brown, blue, and green just for like example what it would look like. Just so that we could look at the colors together. Green or blue? I kind of feel like the brown is a safe choice. Kind of a little dull, perhaps. That one's also not poppin'. But the blue on pink is a nice color combination. So that's why it looks good, like with blue on pink. I kind of feel that blue would be the better option here. Yeah, these ones are way too boring. We're not going for the clear. We're not going for the brown. I didn't even get a red eye out because that just definitely didn't feel right. But that's, we have red as well. If we can get focus. Or when we can get focus. Yeah, the red also doesn't look good. So, blue or green? Yeah, we're going for the blue this time. Get outies and blue. We need to attach the beak first, and then I need some backings for this. They are smaller. How big are those and how big are these ones? Those are are they smaller? Yeah, they are smaller. So I guess I have to open these after all. The backings. It does make a nice contrast, exactly. And there's the other blue. Let's get, figuring out spacing. I want to say that this one might have to move back one so that we can see. So they are nicely placed like so, but then we need to get the little beak in. Just gonna use this. Let's see, how many stitches do we have? So in there. So in what way does the beak look best? I want to say like that. And one stitch. No? Yeah, one stitch in between. Over there. Squiggly, squiggly, squiggly. Get that one through. just gonna tie some knots on the inside because this is the fastest way to attach the beak. I figured it works really well actually, the way I've done the beaks on these ones. With not having to sew the beak in. So question is about the eyes and the placement. Wait, what? Aw. Brett, good morning. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Hope you're having a good day too. I think I need to move this eye over there. Do I? Yes, and then I'm just gonna do this because I can. You're going back to bed? Well, I saw that you were live, but you said that you were going to bed. So I wasn't expecting you to be awake at all. Now I get to play with the new toy though. See, now we have the eyes in where they're supposed to be, and I just have to put the back to the back. And then I guess put this on somehow like so, and press. Is that what I'm supposed to do? I'm not sure of how this is supposed to work. Do I have it on correctly? Or is it already, it's already attached? Yes. That looks to have done the trick. And on the other side, let's some extra squeezing. Yeah, it looks good. Seems to be doing the trick. It worked. And there we go. How about trying to, watching me is riveting. Isn't that like something type of joke with this? It's almost like, is it called rivets? Isn't that the, I think there's a, that's what you're like trying to joke about. There's bells ringing in my head that there might be a tool or something that you're referring to. Like so. So I got it, even though I'm not fully sure of what the joke is. That's good though. That I somewhat got it. Could have been worse. There we go. Oh, we get some orange. We get some orange. I wasn't sure, but there's some orange here. So just up at the top. Maybe only one stitch. We shall see. but at least it's one stitch, or maybe 1.5. So I also need to remember to put some more stuffing into the head before I fully close it. I have done that mistake like once or twice, to like forget to put stuffing in things that needs to have stuffing and then close them. I'd rather not do that. That is mistakes that hopefully you only do it once. There's always mistakes that you never learn from, so. Okay, I will have to use the tweezers though to get the stuffing in through this not so big hole anymore. You have a new toy to help you with your modeling. Magel Mini Sewing Machine. You have a sewing machine? How is a sewing machine going to help you with your models? That needs some type of explanation. Because I can't just... Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. Or are you going to try and help Marcus to sew sails for the black pearls instead of him using PE? Oh, you're actually going to make sails. Maybe not for Marcus and his black pearl though, right? It would be faster. He might actually finish before Christmas if he had sewn sails. And now I need a needle. I have realized that the needles I would like to use is nowhere to be found. I can't find the needles I want to use for this, or like, yeah, not specifically this one in particular, but I've had a couple of needles that I was like, I need them, I miss them, where are they? Like so. I just needed some better lights to not stab myself in the finger with this sharp needle. We only got the 2 stitches on the back of the head. That is orange. The rest is all pink and purple. Well, the green beak, but we didn't get any more orange for this one. You have your Nan's old Singer sewing machine, but this one will be easier. Is it smaller? I have a sewing machine, I don't use it because I'm not good at using it. Perhaps I should use it more? Yes, probably. But I know someone that's better at sewing than I am, so I don't really feel like I need to use my own as much. I can just ask nicely for help. And it will be way better result than if I'd make it myself. Okay, I want to say that I'm done sewing this. There we go, and ducky done. I have now tried my new tool and the new sizing of the eyes that we got. Hello Tracy, how are you doing today? Good to see you. Hope you're gonna have a good Friday. Did you just wake up? Have you managed to sleep? So now I have another ducky made, and the size of the eyes looks good on this one. Maybe I should put them more back. I don't know. It kind of looks good though. The other ones has their eyes a little bit more back. They're all cute. But I got to try the new tool. That was why we were doing this. So I needed to try the tool to figure out how it works. To press the eyes on where they need to be. Yep, it's handy though. I didn't hurt my hands. This is way more comfortable than trying to press them down with my hands. So all good on that. I probably have a few more hours to hang out. So are we in the mood to make smaller things, or should I get something larger out? I have a couple of larger projects, so there are some to pick and choose from. I'll let you guys decide. Are we making small things or big things? Not sure if scrap, do we have there's a few of you here. Like, would we want to hang out in the scrap basket and make some scrap basket progress? I don't know. The option is there. Maybe we need more people for that. I don't know. But since I'm done with the dentist hexagon is, well, I need to finish that. So I could be working on that. The poncho for Rita's mom is an option. The big blanket that I have. We can make another turtle. I need to make another large turtle. We could start that one. Because I need to make it either way. Don't remember if I was supposed to do the body brown and the feet green, or the body green and the feet brown. Also not sure about the eyes on that one, because the other turtle I made, I used the big eyes that I had, right? And these eyes are almost 30. They're 28. And I used the yellow ones, or the golden, to make a duck. But I still have these ones. Are they about the same size? They're only black though. Okay, so they are the same size. So I have just the black eyes to use for that one. Which is more priority. At this point, there's no like priority in that way. Things needs to be made, and if I work on something now, I can work on the other thing in a bit. So I'm not all set in that way. But these are the colors for the next turtle. I still have some leftover from the first one I did, so how about just start a turtle? Wrong hook size. That is looking good. Just trying to think of, because turtles can be so different in colors. There's turtles that has green legs, but there's turtles that has green shells. Either way would look good, but I'm kind of feeling, just looking at the eyes, I'm just gonna get them out again. I want to have the eyes look, you know, they need to be showed a little bit. So black on brown is fine. Black on green. Why did it feel like you could see it better on the brown? Yeah, I'm thinking green for the back and the belly and brown for the head and the legs. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing for funsies. What did I just say? Green for the body? I think so. Let's get this one out. Where's the beginning or the end? Something. There we go. No, right, we're not doing magic circles with this yarn. Silly, silly, silly. It doesn't work good. Not for me, at least. Probably is good for some people, not for me. But this is the safer way to do it. There, we have that. And do I have a bright colored, wait, that one's probably going to be good, so that I can see without having to think too much about where the rows start and end. Hello, Janice. Happy Sweden Day. Thank you very much. How are you doing today? Do you have some coffee? Or some yarn to play with? Is that looking good? I think it's looking good. Looking nice and flat. I hope the weather's going to be nice this weekend. I feel like summer is here now. It should be warm. It doesn't seem to agree with me as much as I want it to. Your grandson has his nursery school graduation today. That's fun. There was a lot of graduation celebrations in, well, a lot of places in Sweden yesterday. Since today is our national day, it is a holiday, so people have the day off. And most schools, or like the schools where graduation happens, or like that, the level of, was yesterday. A lot of schools go for like summer holidays next week though, for other classes like lower grades. So there's still a week in school for a lot of kids. But there was definitely celebrations happening in a lot of places yesterday. I didn't hear a lot of it. But then again, I wasn't out and about so much yesterday. Or not during the time where I knew there was a lot of things going on, you know. Traffic is usually terrible, people all over the place. I went out later for some grocery shopping when most of the chaos had calmed down. So how do you celebrate nursery school graduation? Is cake required? Or some other type of celebration? Dinner out, perhaps? Just gonna put that one up there. Just gonna attach the new one. They have a program to watch and refreshments. Oh, at school. And then do you do anything special like afterwards with the family? We have similar things here with like usually some of the kids are singing some songs. You may go out to eat since it's lunchtime. That is nice. Yeah, it's probably about the same time for us here. Big kid has his last day of school the 12th. And tradition here, or well, my family tradition, is to go out for ice creams. And, you know, not the small ice creams. It's the only time where, you know, mandatory pretty much my family tradition to get the larger types of ice creams, like ice cream sundae, like a banana split or something, like the big ones, which is not something we do very often. But for last day of school, yeah, it's mandatory in my family. I love the tradition though, so I'm gonna keep it going. That's what my mom used to do with me and my brother. We went out for the ice creams. The special ice creams. We have a place here in town that serves ice cream in big, like beer pint glasses, like the really big ones, and which is really you can fit quite some ice cream in those glasses. But to top it off, since it looks like a drink, since it's in a big beer glass, you know when you can put like a orange slice on the top of the rim, they don't just do, you know, a small orange slice or anything, because the glass is, you know, it's big and tall. Like, could it be that tall with kind of hefty circumference and, you know, the like a proper beer ladle? I don't know what you'd call it, but like with the big handle on the side, a proper beer glass. But we top it off with a donut as the like the rim topper. So it's like a massive ice cream, different flavors of like, yeah, tankard, exactly. That's the type. Thank you. But you know, chocolate sauce, caramel sauce, all sorts of different sauces and flavors of ice creams, whipped cream, soft serve vanilla ice cream, just it's full to the brim. And then a donut. Like, it wasn't enough with all the ice cream. You could probably have, you know, 2-3 people share that. But it's only for special occasions. That didn't look right. Oh. It's because I was supposed to do that. So today, pretty much no one's working. Schools are closed. There's a lot of flags all over today. I am making a turtle. I am making a big turtle. I'm thinking it's not going to be as big as the other one. That one turned out a little bit bigger than I was planning. I was like, yeah, let's make one similar to the one I made for Mini-Me. It turned out way bigger. So we need to find an in-between size. Oh, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna do Okay, I'm back. Wait, that one's what I wanted. Phone call. That just happened out of the blue. No, maybe not really that out of the blue. Big Kid is coming, and it was just a notice of him almost getting, well, he got ready to go up to the bus. So that was good. There's a restaurant where you go to get similar in a very large brandy glass. Extra Smarties and chocolate flakes. That sounds yummy. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, there we go. I want to say I counted to 8. Is that what I did? No, I counted to 7. No, I'm supposed to count to 8. Where's Elvis? Wasn't Elvis here? He is. We need Elvis here. We're making turtles. Elvis can hang out. So I have to make, a belly and a back. And this one has a tail, but I'm not going to put a tail on it because I haven't done that on the other ones. So it's going to be similar to this, but a way bigger one. Not sure how big I'm going to make this one. It will be interesting to see. Thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, this is Elvis. Elvis is a friend. Don't remember why I decided to call him Elvis. Just felt right, I guess. I must have had some type of reasoning. I don't remember. But I should have almost 2 more hours that I can hang out. Which is going to be nice, right? How much can I make out of this turtle in 2 hours? Don't know. Hopefully a good amount. OSS Trendy, hello. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Do you crochet? Or what is your favorite thing to do? Like a hobby or maybe something else? I just said hi to you. Did you not hear me? I just said hi. And It is perfectly fine, David. And how many rows did I do on the other one? Like, a lot more. Just putting this here. Yeah, like, it's a lot bigger. We're not doing all of those rows. It's definitely still going to be big, but not that big. Oh, that's what was making the noises, is it was hitting stuff on the shelf over there. Can you guys hear my stomach? I have no idea why it decided to start rumbling like now. Maybe because I had barbecue yesterday. No. I don't think that's the case. It's probably more of like, oh, you're being so quiet, let's make some noise. Maybe you're gonna start talking. I guess I'm just getting a little bit focused here on counting stitches. Not that I really need to, I just need to keep an eye out on where I've done the increases, because it is kind of easy to see where I've done them. I just need to pay attention. So I don't really need to count. I guess I just automatically is counting, and therefore kind of quiet. Any good suggestions for dinner today? I don't really know what I'm in the mood to make today. So I might need some suggestions. Something quick, easy, and filling. Yeah, that would be preferred, to be honest, yes. Bread and jam. I don't put jam on bread. We just don't do that here. Closest thing to jam I'd put on a sandwich or bread would be to put like orange marmalade on like not a crisp bread, but it's we call them skorper. They're hard and dry, but it's more of a biscotti, I think, is a similar thing, but that's like the fancy Italian way of doing them. Like it's a bread that has been dried out, but it's not a crisp bread in the same way. So it kind of gives a little bit of a more of a desserty vibe. Fish, rice, and vegetables. That sounds yummy. I would do that. Question is Kiddo in the mood for that? And what type of fish would I have? I have some white fish. Cod, I want to say. And also possibly I have salmon. With the cod, I would probably do like a oven baked potato or fish gratin is what would, yeah, kind of similar to potato, you know, mashed potatoes, fish, and a lemony dill sauce, possibly some shrimps. Hello, Jason. Popping in to hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. How are you doing today? Are you up scaring the roosters? I don't know. Is it that early? Are you up before the rooster? Maybe that's just a saying here that you're up before the rooster when you get up really early, because roosters usually wake up, I guess, with the sun. You can't sleep. Oh, you can't sleep in on your days off. So you have Fridays off? Well, today is Friday off for most Swedes because it's our national day. So it's a holiday. Not that it makes that much of a difference for me, but that is all good still. Sleeping in when you can and you can't sleep in. Yeah. Isn't that the case for most people? You're so used to getting up at a certain time and then you can just sleep in. But you wake up anyway because your body's so used to waking up that early. Oh, you meant it's Saturday for you. Well, that makes more sense. Do you have a long weekend or do you work on Sundays? Okay, so you work 10 fours and then you get 3 days off. Or 10 hours, 4 days in a row. Well, that's good though. You work whatever you need to work, right? It's nice to have a long weekend. I would not complain. I'm making a turtle. That's why we have Elvis here as a little mascot, because we can actually see him. The turtle I did before is a little bit too big to have him up here, or her, I don't know. But I'm making smaller than the other one, because that one kind of just turned out to become a bit too big. Good morning, ABD. Good to see you. How are you doing? It's been a while since I saw you. Hope you're doing good. Kids' favorite meal in Sweden? Well, I guess, you know, we have our traditional, very, very Swedish meatballs, which always works. I'm just really tired of meatballs, even though, you know, we can have meatballs with pasta or with just boiled potatoes or mashed potatoes. There's so many ways you can do meatballs. You can make it, you know, if you make pasta with it, you could do with ketchup. If you do it with potatoes, you could do like gravy, lingonberries, pickles. Getting ready for work. Yeah, it's a work day for most of you. It is a Friday. I hope the puppies and the kitty is good. Has the kitty been mischievous lately? Or is she starting to grow out of the mischievous kitten behaviors yet? She's pretty big now. Isn't she like a year or so? Maybe still mischievous. And let's... I think I did what I'm supposed to do. Now I'm not paying attention. It's gonna turn out good either way. I hope. We should have Ducky up here though, because we did this one. We did this one today, so it gets to stay up there. Thanks everyone for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Also, for those that doesn't know, I have 2 streams going at the same time, one vertical and one horizontal, both on YouTube. So if I'm talking to someone in the chat and you don't see them, they're probably most likely in the other chat. And you can find, well, the other chat by just jumping to my main page and find the other stream. Also, if you are preferring one side over the other, you can just, you know, pick the other if that's what you prefer the format to look at. On the vertical, you get more of a up close and detailed view, and on the horizontal you get a broader picture of everything going on my desk, as well as my face, because I managed to squeeze my face in on the horizontal, in case you're curious to what I look like. And there's always also the option of giving thumbs up on both sides if you feel generous. I do like to be able to have both options, since some people do prefer to look from the phone on the vertical or horizontal on TVs or computers. I'm actually surprised to how many people seems to be watching me from the TV, because I did not expect the percentages in my statistics to be as high as they are. So I seem to be, you know, a big TV star for some people. It's just, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't expect it. Even with the vertical streams, seems to be watched from TVs. So many options. So how long until you have to leave for work, ABD? I hope you got some coffee before you have to get out in the traffic. Oh, coffee, good idea. You didn't even think about it, Jason? Yes, coffee is a great idea. Do you have any fun plans for your day off? Or is there a lot of must things that needs to be done? You don't want no coffee, APD? Why not? You don't drink coffee? You have something else then. Oh, you still have about an hour until you have to be at work. So still some relaxing time with the puppy set and the kitty. Well, 5 minutes away can still be terrible if the traffic is terrible. Just saying. Just because the ride isn't that long, it could still be horrendous. If you're unlucky. Yeah, your backyard is really nice. I bet the puppies are really having fun there. So no plans? You and Andy are just gonna wing it? Ooh, a movie or a nice breakfast and hang out. That sounds good though. And the weather's better. No more rain. That is even better. So does the cat stay around the puppies, or has she run away anything? I figured, the dogs can't leave your backyard. She wouldn't really have a reason to run away. She wants to hang out with her puppies, right? Not that, calling your dogs puppies makes as much sense. Your cat is the youngest. she's the baby. Out. Kicking stuff, do not recommend. It's nice that you don't have to put like a harness or something on her. That she can just be out and not go too far. Cats tend to want to roam. Is Andy still sleeping? Kind of feels like she's a night owl, and if you have to get up early for work and you can't sleep in, my guess is she's still sleeping. So if you'd go for a movie, is there a particular like genre of movies that you would prefer? I kind of could guess, but I might be totally wrong. Because it feels like Andy likes the spooky stuff and like the fantasy stuff, Harry Potter. So it kind of feels like that would be your go-to when it comes to movies as well. Spooky, fantasy, something like that. She stays close. That is good. You don't have to run around, look for her. But she thinks she's a dog, right? She grew up with the dogs. You're an early bird and she's a night owl. I kind of feel like I'm a night owl too, but my night owling is not as night owly as it is for you guys. It's just me hanging out on your day hours. I kind of feel like my, when I'm awake is more suited for living in a different time zone. I would probably do good just switching to a place that wants to be awake when I want to be awake. Not sure if that would work though. So I was right on the genre as well, kind of. The cat that thinks she's a dog. Same with your chihuahuas, they think that they're bigger dogs. I was talking to my neighbor the other day. She just had her 10th baby, and there's not going to be any more babies. But she's like, well, I consider another dog. They have a dog. It's a tiny dog. It's bigger than a chihuahua. I can't really tell what it is, but it's bigger than a chihuahua. Still a small dog, right? But they have two cats. They have a big white fluffy thing, a lot of majestic white fur, and then they have a nude cat. I don't know what you call it, but it doesn't have any fur. And then they have that dog and 10 kids. And she's like, well, maybe another dog would be nice. Perhaps a Great Dane. I was like, you're kidding me. You live in a 4-bedroom apartment. And now you're considering getting a Great Dane on top of that. You didn't think it was crowded enough? She's like, I'm not sure. That part of the conversation, her husband just walked away. He didn't want to be a part of that conversation. He's like, no, no, thank you. And then he left. It was a fun conversation, though. I was like, yeah, she's slightly crazy. I want to say that the little baby at that point was she like 4 days old? She had a vicious chihuahua, your aunt? You finally got to hold her when she was blind and deaf. Yes, she has 10 kids. 5 girls and 5 boys. Your aunt thought it was fun that it took 15 years for her to like you. Some dogs are just weird. They have their thing. The dog hated you. Did you like the dog? Maybe it felt like you didn't like it, and then therefore it didn't like you back. Your Coco hates men for some reason. She is the most loving thing until she transforms into a psychopath with strangers. Well, a good bodyguard perhaps keeps you safe, or Andy safe. She didn't like kids, so she'd come out from under the sofa and bite your ankles. Okay, so you were still young. Chihuahuas are something else. They are. I don't like them. I don't see the point in... Because that's the thing. Here, you have a dog. It is still a dog, no matter what size it is. So it needs training. But what some people just don't do is train small dogs because they feel like, you don't need to be as rough with them as, a German Shepherd or something. It's like, you still should train your dogs. But people just don't seem to put as much effort into training small dogs. Just put them in a bag and, out walking. Like, you should let your dog walk. It still needs exercise. It still needs training. Like, a lot of small dogs, they like to bark. But they barely get told off when they do that, so they don't really, it's definitely more of a owner created problem than the breed itself, is my 5 cents on the thing. In most cases, unless the dogs are like totally broken by breeding, I'd say there's no really bad dogs, but there's definitely bad owners. Good morning, Debbie. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day so far. The Chihuahua was named Bear and was a black and brown, and your aunt's favorite, and she liked to eat your ankles. Champion boxers. That sounds fun. Definitely not as mean. Yep, no, I get it. Chihuahuas are inherently brats because they have Napoleon complex. That might be true. That might be true. But still, owners can definitely make a difference in how their dogs turns out. You're drinking your coffee. Awesome, Debbie. That is nice. Very, very nice. You have a boxer? Some days I kind of wish I had a dog, but you know, kids with allergies, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna get a dog for that reason, but it would be nice to have, you know, to kind of be forced to go out daily, even though, you know, weather sucks. But the exercise is great when you have a dog. Citronella collars to discipline. Does that work? I am making a turtle. Another turtle. It's gonna be not as big as the last one I did. And I can show you, if you haven't seen it already, how big the last one turned out. Or I can try to show you, because, well, that's the head. And then we have a front fin flipper, something, something, and the back one, you know, size of my hand, pretty much. And here we have the back of the turtle. So it is kind of a big one. But I'm not going to make this one as big. But similar, just not as big. And this one will be green and brown. So kind of like this one with the green and brown. And I did make this one earlier today because I got these pliers. So Jason, let Andy know I got them because she's the one that told me to get pliers. But I have them now, so I had to make a duck so that I could play around with the pliers, and it worked. So that's good. You want to make a turtle? Turtles are fun. Her ladyship has a rescued 3-year-old Bichon Frise Maltese, very loving little dog, but didn't like the 12-foot wooden statue of a salmon fisherman. Do you have a 12-foot wooden statue of a salmon fisherman at home, or somewhere else? Like, where is the statue? Thank you, Jason. I didn't even know that there was pliers for eyes until she told me. So I do appreciate that. Very helpful. I think I'm gonna do this row and then I'm gonna make the first leg, just so that I can, you know, look at the sizes next to each other, try and determine the size of this. But I think I need, would you call them flippers or feet or legs? Like, what would you call it on a turtle? Flippers is dolphins and seals and whales, perhaps. Arms and legs kind of feel right, but I'm not sure. You like flippers? Yeah, because they do have, you know, a different shape. At least sea turtles. If you're looking at land turtles, yes, they are definitely more, you know, arm and leg type of shape. Because yeah, they kind of feel a little bit more similar to like elephant feet or hippos and rhinos. Some of the turtles have very similar, like, feet, at least. If they're land walking turtles. So in that case, it definitely feels more of just arms and legs, I guess. I'm using a 6mm hook at the moment, and I have Hobie's Toucan, or Toucan, the bird yarn, which I really like. I want to say it is probably very similar to a lot of other yarns that you can find. 100% polyester, 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, 120 meters, 131 yards, super bulky is what it says. So if you just find something that is about 3.5 ounces on 131 yards, you get something along the same thickness. It does recommend 7mm hook, but I don't have a 7, and this 6 is working perfectly fine for me. It is super soft. It's one of these like chenille type of yarns, so it is very soft. Also, you don't have to worry about splitting, since it is just one thick strand of yarn. There is kind of a core in it to hold on to the fluff, but it's a very plush yarn. Fluffy and really nice. It's kind of buttery smooth to crochet it. It's the same yarn as I made a duck in. When I made the duck in this thick yarn, the same pattern as this one. It's the same pattern. It's just a lot of a lot of difference in size, just due to the fact that this one is made with a lot of thinner yarn. So thin yarn makes small duck, thick yarn makes big duck. Same pattern. I think that one's even smaller, and these two are slightly bigger. Whoa! Ducky down. So yeah, you can definitely tell that this yarn is a bit thicker. Since that duck just turned out so much bigger than the other ones. So this is where I end the row to make a flipper or so. I just need to check. I need to keep a little bit of an eye on time-ish. When was that? Okay, I still have some time. I have about an hour-ish. Before I have to go. So I should be able to make some more progress on this before I have to go. Let's put a stitch marker in this for now. Let's find one. How about a red one with a heart for funsies? And just, yeah, kind of good size. It's kind of filling up the whole screen. A big difference. And move that off. Well, it doesn't need to be all in here. It can be over there. And let's get the next one out. For the brown one. Catherine, how are you doing? Yes, you caught me live today. How are you doing? Hope you are doing better. And getting a lot of kitty hugsies. I have about another hour to hang out, so just so you know. And I am making another turtle. I just made a duck. I made this one today because I got this handy tool, like so, to that is for like attaching the eyes. So I had to try it. So I had to make something to put eyes on. So I ended up making a duck. I got a bunch of extra eyes with it as well, and noses. So that was fun. Added bonus. Oh, that one's still there. I had this one. Stripey duck, he's adorable. It is adorable. I made a sparkly duck the other day too. It has like sparkly, metallic-y bits and bobs in it. The puffer fish that I did a long time ago, the blowfish, was this yarn. So this is leftovers from that. I really like how that one turned out. So how are you doing? Are you doing something fun today? Is it work? What's the plan today? And what are we cooking? I need inspiration. You're good at food inspiration. There we go. it is not say tricky. It's not that tricky, but seeing the stitches in this dark yarn, I probably would do better with better lighting, which I can sort out. It's just not sure how. Okay, maybe a little bit better. You're waiting on yarn to get there from Mary Maxim to crochet a blanket. So is it a totally new project that you're going to start when the yarn gets there, or is it extra to like finish a project? What yarn did you order? What blanket are you making? Is it coming today? Tonight will be beef tip and gravy over rice with a side of turnips. And that was requested. Sounds good though. Sounds good. Mary Maxim used to have some sunning kits. You haven't looked in a while? Is it Mary Maxim, or who is it that Crystal Bag O'Day teamed up with? Because she has a kit with the new blanket and her new yarn, but I don't remember what company she teamed up with. The yarn looks good though. It would be fun to try it at some point, but getting yarn from the US to Sweden isn't easy or very affordable. That is probably the biggest hurdle. It's definitely doable. It's just not, you know, the price is not the most fun thing. A new product coming Monday. So you're still waiting. Looking at yarns is not easy on your pocketbook. Mary Maxim did a few Bag O'Day kits because she just released her own yarn, like just a week or so ago. Her own yarn and a pattern for a blanket to go with it, and you could buy kits for that. I want to say, did she call him? What did she call him? I don't remember what the name of the new yarn is. Tonal hues. That's what she called it. I don't know exactly. Oh yeah, it's Mary Maxim. So it's a Mary Maxim kit. You want to try her new yarn as well? Yeah? Okay, so, but that's not the kit you got this time. Yes, you missed the Bag O'Day yarn released. You're falling behind on everything. Indeed. Yeah, no, she just released. It's an acrylic yarn. Price-wise, it looks, you know, it's not bad at all. And people say it's really, really soft. It does have a shine to it that makes me worry that it might be squeaky, but that's a me thing. Just because I've seen similar yarns being squeaky. But they're all like ombres. Which, well, she seems to be liking ombres. That's not something new to me. So I'm not really surprised on that part. You know, she passed on Lion Brand yarn a few years back because of pricing issues. Oh, yeah, I've heard something about that. Well, window shopping is always fine, right? So you can go and look at the yarn and see what it is since you missed out on it, Katrine. Just so you know what we're talking about. But that doesn't mean you need to get some. You've been spinning all night? The wool feels rough, so you're not sure what it's going to become. Kitty toys, perhaps? Rough wool. Well, you could make, I guess, home decor. Maybe a bag. Could you do bags with that? Maybe not. If it's just proper wool, you might need... Well, you can felt it, right? If it's rough, then maybe it's feltable. Then you can make baskets or a bag. Maybe not like a shopping bag, more of a like a handbag, felted something something. What color is it? Is it just like woolly natural color? Like a white, grayish, beige. Oh, not enough for a bag. 1/2 ounce of dark purple. Fingering and sport weight. Yeah, that is probably not gonna get you too far. Do you have something to, mix it up with? Side by side, plying it with something, perhaps, to make it thicker? And then maybe enough for a bag? But yeah, kitty toys is definitely also an option. Oh, sorry. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to fold it like this, but not stuff it to make the flippers. Still some way to go though. It's not big enough yet. I'm curious if Jason is still here, if he got his coffee. Because that is important, right? The important things in life, morning coffee. slightly itchy. Perfectly fine. Coffee is a must-have. Indeed it is. I already had coffee this morning, and now I have, well, it looks like a very bougie drink. It's not that bougie. Oh, it is bougie, but it's not. It's yellow in my wine glass. It's actually a Monster. A peachy Monster that I hadn't tried before. Can't say I'm a fan because I don't like the zero sugar energy drinks. There's just a weird, not aftertaste, but it's I don't know. It's whatever sweetener is used in it, I don't like. Crafty Gypsy, happy Sweden Day to me. Thank you. It is our equivalent to 4th of July, or, you know, whatever you celebrate. So I get to celebrate today. Maybe I should be sitting here crocheting things in blue and yellow. Maybe I need to make a Swedish duck, a blue and yellow duck. That might be a thing for tonight. Maybe, possibly. I didn't think about that. I need to think about stuff like that. Today is Sweden Day, so I should make Swedish stuff. Or at least Swedish inspired. Which is blue and yellow. I used to have a member emoji with the Swedish flag. But that one was barely used, so I put something else instead of that one. But I could have thought about that and put that membership emoji back up today, because why not? But I didn't. Safe travels, ABD. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be here for a little bit longer, but no more than half an hour, I'd say. No, we're not really fireworksy people here unless it's New Year's. Because, well, New Year's we do that at midnight and it's dark. And in the summer it doesn't go dark here, so you don't really see them. Also, it's not really very legal to do fireworks at other times of the year. You need special permits and stuff. And it's pricey and not good for the environment, so there's a lot of people being like, no, we can't do fireworks because it's not good for the environment. More and more people are like that, or it's either those or the ones that, you know, please don't do fireworks because my dog is scared. A lot of people like that as well. So you have all sorts of people, but they're very vocal. If they have dogs that's scared of fireworks or the environmental part of things, they can be very vocal. But yeah, to sum that up, no fireworks today. More music, flag waving, parades. And if it's good weather, barbecues. But yeah, the weather today isn't the greatest. Then again, there's people that, you know, does barbecue in whatever weather it is. So just because the weather might not be the best today, it doesn't exclude things. It rained this morning. There's a big chance of rain later, but it's still decently warm. It's not too cold outside. Rainy and warm, you know, that's fine. Way better than rainy and cold. You started doing paper lantern dances for the non-firework display. We have some, I want to say it's like Chinese paper lanterns, but they, you know, they're kind of like small air balloons. So people light them up and they fly over the sky. Also only for New Year's. That is not something we'd see. Other than that. But those are not reusable, and they sometimes catches fire and causes fires to be spread. Then again, fireworks are also very dangerous. So they can cause fires and loss of limbs when not handled properly. I want to say I think this is a good size for this flipper. We're going for flippers. That's what we're naming them. No one corrected me on what these are named, so flippers it is. Just because it's cute. You have tons of paper lanterns and lots of LED lights. And you keep reusing them. That's good though. That is good. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here just for getting the vibe of things. I'm gonna make more flippers, and I'm gonna make, you know, the heads and the back and the belly and all of that. So there's definitely more to do on this. I'm just not, yeah, no. Done with turtle for today. I have other things to do. But yeah, no. Turtle, it's at least started, you know. I don't need to do it today. I have other things that I want to do as well. So second turtle started. I should take notes. I'll try to remember that after I'm done with this, to put the notes in. Or maybe I did use the same. What does the note say? The note says, yeah, I already have that. I don't have to make new notes, since I used the same crochet hook size for the previous turtle. I'm just doing the same thing again, which is nice. Now I can just chit chat for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Do we have anything to talk about? We're talking about the colors work well together. They do. They do. I got my ducks in a row, I think. But 3 ducks disappeared out of here Tuesday, and I think 2 of them are going to stay in New Zealand. And one mom just claimed, because she likes pink, so I made her a duck extra in this color, like these just shades of pink. It does look a bit white, but it's a really, really light pink, so there's no white in this one, just plenty of pinks. That duck turned out so much smaller than the other ones. The yarn for these ones are a lot bigger. So this is the smallest duck I've ever made. They're at least gathered together. That is the best some of us can do. Yeah, don't get your ducks in a row, but at least keep them together. Hello, Maritza. Oh yeah, no, that's actually very, very true. If you can't keep your ducks in a row, keep them together. That's the safest thing to do. Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Minimi has claimed, what is it, 3 ducks? She has the biggest one, or the largest. They're bigger than this one. But I made 2. I think you guys have seen the pink one, because that's the one I did first. But then I also have or had some blue leftover yarn in the same thickness, so I made a blue duck. I probably have showed that. So I have those two, and then she claimed, well, first she wanted this one, but then she claimed another one that I did. What yarn was I using for that? It was some type of rainbowy yarn. Oh, I love this cotton. Leftovers from something that I did. Now I can't see what that is. It was like a washcloth or something. But those ducks are in her row. Her room. Be careful. Once they get in rows, they start line dancing. That sounds like a lot of intrusive thoughts might happen if you get your ducks starting to line dance. Sounds not dangerous, but very interesting, I should say. Yeah, very interesting. That sounds not so chaotic and mayhemy, but like not too far off. Since I need to just try and figure this out, I need to see if the two sides for my dentist hexagon cardigan is similar or same. Like if I need to make one bigger than the other or if one is bigger than the other. So how about I do that? Just try and figure out what I need to do on what side. I'm evicting ducks. Let's fold this one up so that it looks like a hexagon cardigan-ish side. We have that, and then we have this one. I want to say that the other one is larger. Yeah, it kind of looks a bit larger. I probably should finish the rows that they're on, because I'm in the middle of rows on both of them. But that is a corner over there, and where's the beginning corner on the other side? Where is it? Of course it's the last one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I started on 22. And for this one, it's not as much. So I'm on 20 on this one. So that's easy. I just need to finish on that one and make 2 extra rows on this one, and then they're going to be even at least. Let's just finish the row on this one first. Let's do that. That's the yarn. Very colorful. Normally not a fan of orange tones, but the peachy colors looks nice with the other. Yeah, this one is definitely not my favorite colors. There's so many, there's too much orangey, yellowy, but also like the green looks a bit muted. And some of these orange are like really, really neon, so that the neon orange is getting toned down. But some of these other colors are just a bit meh or bland. So this is definitely not colors I would choose for myself or anything like that. It's just, well, I needed something to work on at the dentist that I don't have to look at. So that's what I ended up doing. And for funsies now, like you probably couldn't tell, I don't know if you can tell or not. On the horizontal where you actually see my face, you might be able to tell that I'm not looking in the same direction as I was looking at previously when I've been sitting looking at what I'm doing. Now I can just read chat and crochet because I'm not looking at my hands, which is kind of nice. I can do this from time to time, but it just feels like it's yeah, it's not the most fun thing to do. And in that way, I also would imagine it's not the most fun thing to watch unless you get mesmerized by my hands kind of working faster, because I can work simple things faster in a way. So if you like that, I guess this is the type of project you should watch me work on more often. Granny Stitch is good for half-attended projects, indeed. Yeah, no, this is definitely more of a social type of project that I can just sit here and chat away. No need for counting or focusing on my hands. Which is also what the dentist was like mesmerized over, that I could do this with my eyes closed while she was working on my, well, in my mouth, full of whatever she was doing. Which is really fun, to be honest, to be able to surprise people. I am a rare breed, apparently. Crocheting while keeping my eyes closed. Definitely not something that I've always been able to do. You definitely need to practice. Like simple spinning, you can feel how thick the twisted part is. That is, I can imagine. Then again, I don't spin yarn, so I can't tell exactly, but I can definitely imagine that you don't have to look at it all the time. Think of it, I think most people that spin yarn seems to not be looking at what they're doing. At least if they've done it for a while. So yeah, it makes sense. You just need to get a good feel for it, and then you can do other things. Also, I didn't get one of my normal hooks out. This is the hook I've been using. It's a travel hook. It gets to leave the house. So just, instead of looking for one of the other hooks, just took the one that I've been using. It is very interesting to see the difference. Like, I know I mentioned it before, but with my two streams, the horizontal and the vertical, what people seem to be preferring. I do really like the options though. You fall into a rhythm and watch TV or read while you spin. I don't know if I could read doing things. You know, when you're reading books, there's the turning of pages, which would require me to put the hook down. I definitely can read. Very obvious I'm reading the chat here, but yeah, I'd have to turn pages. And that would be annoying. Audiobooks and TV is definitely something I like though. Or, well, watching YouTube videos or live streams. And I probably watch a lot more live streams than people are realizing, because I am watching so many live streams, but I barely say hi in the chats, because I'm so busy with my hands. You're not the only person with travel and non-travel tools. Well, you know, my expensive hooks, I only have one of each. I don't want to lose them. If I had doubles, maybe, but definitely not. You know, I can just take these cheap ones out of the house. Don't worry about it. And if I lose one, it's not the end of the world type of situation. Drop spinning has built-in stops. That's nice. So you could bring those out. out and about. They're kind of small, aren't they? But I'm guessing also you might not want to do like larger projects or like larger amounts of wool on that. It would be better to use a proper size spinning wheel and not, because it feels like it takes longer when you do that drop spinning thing. And with a big spin wheel, you can get a faster pace or process a larger amount faster, I guess. I don't know. I've never spun. I have just watched other people do it. And that's my, I don't know. What would it be? My conclusion of what I've seen. How things looks to be working. I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. I guess at some point it would be nice to try and do some spinning of fibers, but it seems to be more difficult to spin non-animal fibers. So it feels like it might be a little bit more of a tricky thing to start with other type of fibers, and I don't know. It's scary. You don't have a wheel? Well, maybe you should invest in one. Can you find cheap wheels over there, like on Marketplace or something? Craigslist, whatever it is that you guys have. Seems to be a lot of different ways you can, sell your stuff, so. You can find some really cheap ones here. The older generation here it was very common to have one, and now more and more are like sold off, as that generation isn't here anymore and the younger generation doesn't want it anymore, kind of. So there seems to be a lot available these days, so they're actually not that pricey. 600 falls away when not in use. That is a good one though, but definitely on the pricier side. Is a specialty item? Yeah, definitely not something that everyone has. It's been really nice to hang out today. Almost 3 hours, yay! And I wasn't even thinking about hanging out here until like after the weekend. Possibly Sunday, probably Sunday. Yeah, most likely Sunday. But I got the tool today, so I had to test it. This little handy dandy thing for attaching safety eyes. So that's what started it all. And now I don't know where that duck ended up. Yeah, okay. So I made this duck, and I had to use the tool to attach the safety eyes, and it works good. So that's why we're here. Very random, but very lovely. The drop spindle get the job done. I can imagine that you are pretty okay with that, since you've been using it and still getting more fibers and feeling that that was enough. Someone could make her one, Maybe, but she wants one that folds away. Are you seeing more and more though, people 3D printing um, like spinning wheels and then buying like just an electric kit for it? So it's like an electric wheel, but with the everything like 3D printed. That seems to be like a thing that's growing right now. Yeah, it's not hurting my hands as much with that tool, so I like it. I am curious to see how it works with bigger eyes, but I'll try that later. You're able to find willing woodworkers, but not the plans for the one you want to get. Yeah, no. If it folds and stuff, you probably have some more intricate details than just a simple one. Cheaper and possibly better made, indeed. Here, the old ones really need some TLC to start working again. They've just been standing most of the time and being more decorative than being used. Probably better made. Most woodworkers, you know, are dedicated to their craft. Yeah, if you like what you do put some effort into making it good. Quality over quantity. Very often. I kind of feel like that with my crochet stuff. Like, I rather just do it good or not do it at all. Maybe sometimes I'm a little bit too much of a, not perfectionist per se, but just, you know, if I'm not happy with it, it's just meh. You're picky about the wheel too. You want a folding one with two pedals so you get balanced workout when you spin. Yeah, that's a good argument for sure. You get a better workout if it's got two. So you're being practical over here. Yep. Thinking about your health and stuff. Balanced workout. Well, yeah, you do move around. Just like my smartwatch is thinking that I am walking when I'm crocheting. Trassel! Yes, happy Sweden Day to all from a fellow Swede. Another Swede in the house. Are you celebrating any today? Is it raining on you? It's gray. It wasn't too cold today though. And I'm just not bothered being out. My kid is on the way. He's going to be here in like 15 minutes or so. And I have no idea what he wants to do. If we need to go out and wave some flags, we're going to do that. I don't think he's going to want to, but that's another thing. You still have an old foot-powered sewing machine that your great-grandmother gave you. Oh, that's cool. So you can sew even with no electricity. That is even better. You're having cake. Oh, that is good. And coffee. Even better. Rainy today, so not going outside much. Yeah, no, I get it. Kärleksmums. That's a long time since I had. And I'm too lazy to make some. Even though that's kind of easy to make. You just make a pan full. Kind of like when you bake brownies. So I guess it's similar to how you make brownies. And then very commonly you put shredded coconut on top of that. So traditional Sweden Day traditions. Some celebrations, some food, flag waving, parades. Normally you could watch on TV a parade with horse carriages with the king and queen waving to the people and speeches. The king has a royal speech thing going. I guess it's a little bit different from city to city, but mostly there's some type of event. Not everyone has parades. You had 4 regular machines that gave out, and your old hardcore one is still going strong. Is that what you're trying to... Oh yeah, we do have that here. I think that's a national thing though. Oh, you guys, I'm gonna have to wrap it up because, well, I have to go open my door. Bye bye. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing. But yeah.